It is now just 6 short years since we first presented the Marcella Martinez Award in memory of a long-time stalwart in the Caribbean tourism fraternity. Today, we have no less a worthy recipient. And you must permit me to have a personal indulgence here, because the recipient this year has graciously adopted our country, Jamaica, as his home. Since the mid-60s, we may appear to have some bias in this selection, and this is true. Nonetheless, his most recent work, which is entitled Jewish Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm sure you will admit, has redeemed us somewhat. Ed's masterpiece has given a new vision of what the real role of the pirates in the Caribbean really was. And I believe that his book should be read by some other people than Caribbean nationals. And no doubt there may even be a remake of a certain movie which we think would be a poor imitation of what will come from his book, The Jewish Pirates of the Caribbean. The fact is also, the second personal indulgence that I wish to crave is that Ed Kritzler makes it only 2 Eds around the table. And I admit always that 2 Eds are better than 1. You will recall that Jamaica in recent times made the front page of the Wall Street Journal because of the Jewish adventures into Jamaica and the fact that a little piece of Israel is truly in Jamaica. So our honoree this year is none other than the indefatigable, always energetic, always in good humor, Edward Kritzler. On this special occasion, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Mr. Edward Kritzler as he's presenting the 2010 Marcella Martinez Award.
Here we go.
Turn it this way.
Okay, but that's it.
A little closer to Carol. There you go.
Come now.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Right here, folks. Give me a nice big smile, please. There we go.
Say a love affair with Jamaica began 44 years ago. I was a newspaperman in Yonkers, New York. I wanted out of Yonkers. In the New York Times, I was always looking for ads, you know. The New York Times actually ran this ad. Wanted writer to write in the magic of a Caribbean island. Whoa. My heart was beating. That's me. I had been to Cuba as a teenager to check out the revolution. I'd gone the following year to the Dominican Republic when Trujillo was assassinated. I hitchhiked to Haiti when Duvalier was running free. I went to Puerto Rico to do a comparison between Operation Bootstrap and the Cuban Revolution. I was in love with the Caribbean. I majored in Latin American history. I applied for the job. They interviewed me. They could tell how enthused I was, and I had the background. So I was hired as a writer for Jamaica. And Pringle was the kind of brilliant guy who said, you don't have to write about hotels and things. Just write whatever is positive about Jamaica. What turns you on? And as a former newspaper man, all of a sudden, the island of Jamaica was my beat. I could do anything as long as I had to put that positive slant on. I was so excited by this island and its people. And and its attractions. Whether I was rafting down rivers or climbing to the top of Blue Mountain Peak or going into some of the caves, I felt like, well, I remember building a raft to go down the Black River. And I felt like Huckleberry Finn. But I really want to give thanks to a woman who works as dedicated and as generous in spirit as Marcella. And that is Diana Willis, who nominated me. And Carol Brady, who I understand jumped up and said, "Yeah, man." And thanks to the Director of Tourism, John Lynch, and our minister. We have a wonderful team. It does feel like a family. And that's why Jamaica is always going to be in the forefront of public relations and setting the pace, because the people I have worked with are committed. And I can't leave out my good buddy, Tony King. When I moved to Montego Bay, we ran that news bureau, we had photographers, we had PR officers, and then we also had all the glamour magazines who would come for a shoot. Glamour, Vogue, whatever it was. And I was single, and Tony was single. I couldn't outdo him. I didn't get the models, and I didn't get the hairstylist. So all in all, I just want to say thank you, and to be honored in the award given by Marcella Martinez touches me so deeply, because of all the people I've known in my life, this woman, the generosity of her spirit, her intelligence, her giving, her non-stop work ethic, inspired all of who knew her. And so, as a recipient of her award, I am honored, and I thank you all very much.